is this?
May I have a little kiss?
What?
I'm very lonely here.
Oh my gosh. No wonder he was being so nice. What's up guys, it's your girl Mary. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today I'm going to be watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. This one was released in 1998 and it is directed by Terry Gilliam, who also directed the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, wrote Monty Python's Meaning of Life. I haven't seen a lot of his work, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, Monty Python's a funny movie. This one has been listed as a dark comedy. An oddball journalist and his psychopathic lawyer travel to Las Vegas for a series of psychedelic escapades. So it seems like a bit of a stoner movie, judging by the poster for this movie too. It of course stars Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro, and yeah, I'm stepping into it blind, but I'm excited for it. I've seen quite a few stoner movies on the channel so far. Check those out if you would like to. And if you're excited for this reaction, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content like this. If you guys are wanting to watch the full movie with me, you just need a copy of the movie and a membership to my Patreon, which is always in the description bar, the pinned comments down below, where all my social media live, and my 2 other channels. So with all of that said, let's get into Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man, Dr. Johnson.
When the drugs begin to take hold.
Whoa, that is a nice car and a nice cactus. Look at the way he's smoking.
And a voice was screaming, "Holy Jesus, where are these goddamn animals?"
Oh my gosh.
We had 2 bags of grass, 75 pellets of mescaline.
Mescaline? Never heard of that.
There is nothing in the world more helpless and irresponsible and depraved than a man in the depths of an ether binge.
Ether binge. Never heard of ether before.
One toke, you poor fool.
Those are some strong hallucinogens.
Let's give the boy a lift. What? No! We can't stop here. This is bat country.
Bat country. He's still going on about them damn bats.
Get in.
This guy kind of looks like Elijah Wood, a little bit.
Would he make that grim connection when my attorney starts screaming about bats and huge manta rays coming down on the car?
Manta rays.
There's one thing you should probably understand. Can you hear me? I want you to have all the background. This is important, goddammit. This is a true story. Shut.
Far out. Oh my god, you freaked out the driver, dude. Jeez Louise.
He's a foreigner. I think he's probably Samoan.
He does not look Samoan.
Because in spite of his race, this man is extremely valuable to me.
In spite of his race?
I forgot. How about some ether?
What?
Never mind.
Truly, the driver does not seem like an attorney.
From the brutish realities of this foul year of our Lord, 1971.
1971. I was wondering what time they were exactly in.
As your attorney, I advise you to rent a very fast car with no top.
Hmm?
And you'll need the cocaine.
He's a great attorney. He didn't pay.
But the car and tape recorder were not easy things to round up at 6:30 on a Friday afternoon in Hollywood.
Wow.
You Samoans are all the same. You have no faith in the essential decency of the white man's culture.
I wonder why he won't correct him.
The story.
Hey, Mr. Duke, we're all set. If I could just get you John Hancock, you're on your way.
Yeah.
You're John Hancock. I'm guessing that means signature. I've never heard somebody say it like that. Far out.
You fellas haven't been drinking, have you?
I think it's pretty clear that they have.
But only for those with true grit.
And we are chock full of that, man.
Damn right!
He's just like, oh my god, whose car did I get in?
Oh. Ah! Medicine!
What?
Medicine!
This man has a bad heart. Angina pectoris. But we have a cure for it. Here you go. Big whiff. left, sonny boy. There you go. Much better.
They are quite the characters, aren't they? Oh my gosh. Man's sweating in the corner over there.
No. No.
They just need a sign, a direction.
You want a scumsucker like that can get away with sandbagging a doctor of journalism? Can you tell me that?
Doctor Jones. Oh my god.
That's right. I like you guys, Billy. Don't worry about me.
We're gonna have a beer.
That is pretty hilarious.
Pig swine.
Better be careful.
They are so volatile. Whoa, 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 she's a lady.
I remember your face.
There is no way of explaining the terror I felt.
Wow.
Okay. Be quiet. Be
He
calm.
is truly not okay. He could try being sober.
Your suite isn't ready yet, but someone was looking for you.
Oh my gosh, this is a horror.
This man suffers from a bad heart.
I thought it was you that suffered from the bad heart. Check that cigarette just never goes out. It's always the same size. It's hilarious. He's like, everyone's laughing at me.
Impossible to walk in this muck. No
The
footing
floor
at all.
is lava. Oh, I did not expect that. He's wearing a bald cap. Oh, look at that. A lot of cool practical effects here.
I was right in the middle of a reptile zoo. Somebody was giving booze to these guys.
First, it was the bats. Now are these monsters.
That's the press table, man. You don't have to sign in for her credentials.
I don't know how they're like allowed in this place, the state of their mental health.
Come on, hurry up.
Wait, fucking don't leave me.
You scare the shit out of those people. They were ready to call the cops. You're lucky I came back in time.
100%. Hey, at least he's keeping him kind of accountable.
Yamahas, DMZs,
Oh,
Kawasaki.
this isn't a good vision to be having.
The Mint 400 is a far, far better thing than the Super Bowl, the Kentucky Derby, and the
Whoa.
Lower Oak. We were, after all, the absolute cream of the national sporting press. When it comes to a thing like this, you don't fool around.
No. Wow, now I feel like I'm in... I don't know why, it just gives me like Mad Max, even though it's not post-apocalyptic. $50,000. Wait, 50,000 mint. Mint 400 race. No, I don't actually know what the prize money would be, especially in 1971.
Have you seen the race? By 10.
So dusty
They were
here.
spread up. It was no longer a race. Now it was an endurance contest.
Can't even see
The idea
anything.
of trying to... Come on in!
Yeah, how are you getting photos?
Where's the damn race? Beats me, man. We're just good patriotic Americans like yourself. But what now? What comes next?
Can't park. Hey, you can't park your car here.
Is this not a reasonable place to park?
Reasonable, you're on the sidewalk. The sidewalk.
You can't park on the sidewalk!
Wow.
Seems like a hot ticket. What?
Me, sir.
They're pretty annoying, huh? They seem to grind a lot of people's
friends of-
gears. But equally,
This
a little bribing.
was Bob.
Why not?
So my driver.
Jeez, how do you live this way?
After a lot of bad noise, he let us in for nothing, provided we would stand quietly at the back and not smoke.
That seems reasonable. Whoa. That did not take long.
It makes you behave like the village drunkard in some early Irish novel. Total loss of all basic motor alert, which is interesting because you can actually watch yourself behaving in this terrible way, but you can't control it.
They could stop.
Ether is the perfect drug for Las Vegas. In this town, they love a drunk.
I've never heard of ether. I feel like I need to Google it. Highly volatile and sweet-smelling liquid historically used as a general anesthetic and now commonly used as a solvent. As a recreational drug, abused via inhalation or ingestion, causing intoxication, psychological dependence, significant hazards including gastrointestinal issues, coma, and high risk of death from overdose. That's crazy. Widely used in the 19th, early 20th century as an anesthetic drug using the 30s prohibition and alcohol substitute. So it's similar to severe alcohol intoxication and leads to rapid loss of consciousness. Okay, well, it makes sense, you know, the way that they're behaving. It was hard for me to, you know, recognize that. I'd never seen somebody intoxicated from ether, but it is very uneasy. Their vision, their behavior. Aww.
Say whatever you want, fella. Oh, they'll hear you all right. You'll be 200 feet tall.
Jeez, so annoying.
Wearing off. The acid was long gone,
Good.
but the mescaline was running strong.
Oh.
This is serious. One more hour in this town, I'll kill somebody.
Jeez, they need help.
You better take care of your friend.
Madam, sir, baby, child, whatever.
Baby child.
This should be enough for truth.
Uh,
Guys, don't give up.
oh my gosh. They really know how to act like intoxicated people very well.
Stop it.
Stop it. It's not ever gonna stop. Don't move, you'll come around.
Just constantly always just taking care of each other.
Don't run, man.
Sheesh.
This is not a good town for psychedelic drugs. Extremely menacing vibrations were all around us.
They probably searched your room, man.
It's quite well lit.
Look out! Look out! You mean that little blonde groupie with the film crew? Think you sodomized her? Jesus, God Almighty, man! Where'd you get that big?
I would be scared if I was him.
I needed something to cut the limes, man.
The limes.
They didn't have any. You don't grow in the desert.
Such dangerous behavior.
I had a chance.
So violent with that.
We'd had a problem with her in the elevator a few hours earlier. My attorney had made a fool of himself.
Attorney. And it looks like Cameron Diaz. Though I know it's not.
You must be a writer.
Maybe it is. Oh, it is.
Getting a little footage on the race for a television series.
She's so sweet.
We're with the factory team. Right. What?
Doesn't believe him.
Analyzed?
Smoking in an elevator.
Keep trying me, jerk off. Keep trying me. You want to press it? Oh, press it over me. Press over me.
Oh my god. Okay. We'll wait for the next one. Police are coming. Well, I mean, so they should.
She fell in love with me, man. Eye contact.
You wish, buddy. You wish.
I'm gonna go get the car wash. One of the things you learn after years of dealing with drug people,
Drug people.
but never turn your back on a drug. Especially when it's waving a razor-sharp hunting knife.
Right. Smart, I guess. I'm glad he learned that over the years.
Was I just roaming around in a drug frenzy of some kind? Or had I really come out here to Las Vegas to work on a story?
I still don't believe he's a doctor of journalism. Or that the other fellow is an attorney.
Where do they come?
Oh, you!
Not quite.
Don't fuck with it, man.
He is truly a mess. They truly live in chaos.
All right, sit down. Back to the tub. Back to the tub.
He's being a good friend, you know, not abandoning him in his time of need.
You want me to throw this thing into the tub when White Rabbit peeks? Is that it?
Oh my gosh. Stop that. Oh.
God damn it, you're wasting my time!
What a bizarre duo. Truly bizarre. Oh my lord. It's so stressful being them.
Now you want to kill me? What I should do, goddammit, is call the police!
Who said anything about slicing you up?
I just want to cut a little thing in your forehead.
That's crazy.
Get back in the tub. Eat some Reds and try to calm down.
Eat some
Smoke
Reds.
some grass. Shoot some f***ing smack. Man, do whatever you gotta do. But
Just do more drugs. That'll fix you.
Up!
Okay, drill sergeant.
Yeah.
He's really putting his foot down.
You scurvy shyster. I'm a doctor of journalism, man.
He loves to say that.
My attorney had never been able to accept the notion that you can get a lot higher without drugs than with them. And neither have I, for that matter.
Wow, this is edited really cool. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love?
1965.
Was this what the 70s was really like?
Acid wave.
Please let me know in the comment section below.
Clearly, I was a victim of the drug explosion. I decided to eat only half of the acid at first. But I spilled the rest on the sleeve of my red woolen shirt.
I'm sure you could save that.
Is LSD.
They did a really good job with his hair, Johnny Depp's hair. Jeez. He's like, I'm out of here.
There was madness in any direction. You could strike sparks anywhere. Not in any mean or military sense. We didn't need that. Our energy would simply prevail.
I love
We
this
had all
old
the momentum.
footage. So
We were riding the
cool.
crest.
Good morning, sir.
What do you want?
It's always threatening people.
That rotten attorney of mine, Dr. Gonzo, was gone. He must have
Gone.
sensed trouble. Panic. It crept up my spine like first rising vibes of an acid frenzy.
He has so many feelings that he
Here I
relates
was,
to
old
when
in
he's
Las
high.
Vegas. I had a gigantic goddamn hotel bill to deal with.
You can't
I didn't
hide.
know who won the race.
Interrupting your regular broadcast to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this reaction and you want to see the full reaction with me, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. And over there, we have a library full of content, full of uncut reactions for you to check out, like this, and this. You want to check out my Patreon? Link is in the description bar and the pinned comments down below.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
That
I'm
is
a
a
relatively respectable
cool
citizen.
typewriter.
Multiple felon, perhaps, but certainly not dangerous.
A multiple felon,
Luckily, I
perhaps.
had taken the...
Dr. Gonzo's signature on the telegram from Los Angeles when we knew he was right here in the hotel.
Right. See ya.
Tell me.
He's pretty pissed off at this
Well,
point.
the doctor. My manager, Mr. Heem, would like to meet him. Mr. Heem likes to meet all of our large accounts.
Large accounts.
I would leave the doctor alone until after he's eaten his breakfast because he's a very crude man.
Jesus, God.
This guy's so annoying, but I love it.
I've got to get to the race.
You know, but there's no hurry. The race is over.
Not for me.
Well,
Not for me.
Let's have lunch. Radio, man, radio.
He finally got away. Holy moly.
Bad waves of paranoia, madness, fear and loathing.
Fear and Loathing, title of the movie. Oh, great.
Oh, you evil.
He's like high and probably drunk. Good morning.
Few people understand the psychology.
Oh, wow. Highway chase now.
Your normal speeder will panic and immediately pull over to the side. This is wrong.
Jeez.
But he won't know what to make of your blinker signal that says you're about to turn right. This is to let him know you're pulling off for a proper place to talk.
Right.
Race for the G's. Fast heel toe.
He is dangerous.
Hi, how are you?
So casual.
oh my gosh.
It's me.
Who's he?
I knew I was...
So polite about that, though. He's like, it's me. May I please have that?
I knew it was a crime. I did it anyway. Why argue I'm a criminal? Look at me.
I have a feeling you need to take a nap.
A nap.
I've been away for too long. 3 or 4 nights maybe. Can't remember.
So he's like reached insanity at this point.
I advise you to proceed to the next rest area. Stop!
I think he's being nice.
City limits in 2.2 miles beyond the rest area. Can you make it that far?
I'll try.
This isn't a negotiation.
Guy, your kind of mind ought to try the land crab.
Why is he being so nice to him?
Everything all right?
This is weird. Why is this?
May I have a little gift?
What?
I'm very lonely here.
Oh my gosh. No wonder he was being so nice. He had a crush on him.
I felt the pig had done me on all fronts.
Oh,
It's that guy. Toby Maguire.
come on, you. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, I've got to go. I've got to go.
He's like in a panic state all of the time.
I rented a suite at the Flamingo. We're supposed to be covering the National District Attorney's Conference.
Oh.
Now,
He's
doing out
actually
there in the middle of the
looking
desert?
like he could be an attorney.
I was going back to Vegas. I had no choice. Luckily, my credit card was still technically valid.
Technically.
Welcome to the Flamingo Hotel, sir.
I'm just surprised how he hasn't had a car accident yet. Okay, there's no way everyone's looking at him.
Was badly timed.
Oh, God. He's like on a different level to everybody else, despite it being the 70s. He's literally got powder on his nose.
Moonlight Motel, which is just out on Paradise Boulevard.
Wow.
Paid for our goddamn room.
Well, it's actually a very fine place of lodging, and it's only 16 blocks from here. It has a sauna, steam.
You listen to me, you filthy little... I want a manager down here! Now! Now! Now, because I'm sick of listening to your dog!
Damn. People are so angry.
Can I call you a cab?
Sure, and I'll call you a sucker.
I could hear what the clerk was really saying.
Listen, you fuzzy little shithead! I've been f***ed around in my time by mean-tempered, rule-crazy cops.
Oh.
It's my...
Honestly,
So f*** you, officer.
he should say that.
I'm in charge.
He should.
But I wonder if I could just slide on through and get out of your way. My name is Duke. Raoul Duke. My attorney made
crazy.
the reservation.
Duke Raoul. Certainly, sir.
My bag.
He just gets through. That would be even more frustrating.
Let's try some lime chunks. What do you think?
It's so chaotic. Oh, he's flirting with him.
You don't hesitate to call me Sven.
Sven likes him.
Look what you did! Look what you did!
Oh my God. How do people talk to other people in this way? Whoa. This movie is so weird.
Can be helped. Like Lucy and this guy with diamonds.
He sure knows how to pick him.
He's on our side. He loves artists.
What a sweet.
Lucy paints portraits of Barbara Streisand.
Wow. Oh, quite
Can I
obsessed.
do these from TV?
She
What a
came all the
niche
way down.
artist.
Why don't Uye and
Ooh yay.
Aye
Pig Latin.
out of the unk tray?
Most people know how to speak Pig Latin, I fear. So she probably knows what you're talking about, bud.
Give me a kiss. One kiss. One kiss.
Okay.
How the hell did he get this little girl up here with her damn paintings too? And when did she have the time to paint all of that? It must have been here for a while.
God bless.
She truly looks like 17 or 18.
What are your plans?
Plan?
The child in the bedroom.
Yeah, she looks like a child.
I met her on the plane.
It's weird.
Before I realized, Jesus, she's never even had a drink.
Wow.
With the hazy recollection of being seduced by some kind of cruel Samoan who fed her liquor and LSD, and then savagely penetrated every orifice in her little body with his throbbing, uncircumcised member.
Oh my.
Truth hurts.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I wanted to help her, man.
Well,
Well, you'll go straight to the gas chamber for this one. Even if you manage to beat
he's
that,
not
they'll still
wrong.
send you back.
It doesn't pay to try to help somebody these days, huh?
wow. And then the police sirens in the background.
Americana Hotel. I need a reservation for my niece.
Niece.
I want her treated very gently. She's an artist, and She might seem a trifle. Doing her master's thesis on, well, Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
I'd rather not say. My brother's in politics. Yeah, you understand.
How do they have money to fund so many hotel rooms?
Yeah, right. Oh, okay, yeah, bye. Yeah.
I guess they don't. I mean, in today's age, you have to pay up front. Well, a deposit, at least.
But to cut her adrift and hope her memory was...
Here's an extra $10,
A
buddy.
memory.
Oh, that's that.
Poor girl.
Let's find a good seafood restaurant, eat some of that salmon. I feel a powerful lust for that salmon.
Yum. Ew! Yuck.
Dr. L. Ron Bumquist.
Bumquest. Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Try and attempt to imagine what it is like inside.
They don't have to imagine these two blokes.
My cool guy.
Dr. Bloomquist,
Bumquist.
do you think the anthropologist Margaret Mead's strange behavior of...
I knew that guy was going to talk behind them. He looked like a very familiar actor.
Should have one hell of a trip.
I feel like he's high, and heaps of people here are high.
And his pants will be crusted with semen from constantly jacking off when he can't find a victim.
Jeez. Oh.
Lucy called.
Lucy called. Weird. Well, it's the only way she can contact them. She probably has things to say.
I don't know what they done to me, but I remember it was horrible.
Oh my God.
They gave you what?
LSD.
Castration!
Castration.
Double castration!
Oh my Lord.
Why?
Oh.
Where's my 357, man?
I know her. She plays Wednesday Addams.
This room is in my name, man.
Oh, tough titty, man.
Okay, goddammit.
Gotta get out of here.
Let me handle this. That stuff makes pure mescaline seem like ginger beer, man.
Oh my God, even stronger stuff.
Adrenochrome.
Great.
Some people are just basically rotten.
So odd.
No, I'm innocent. It was due. It was due.
It's like they can't handle even like a minute of being sober. It's quite intense. I'm like, what is the plot here? I feel like I'm just watching these two in their own heads
That's the last we should be hearing from Lucy, man.
as they experience life constantly high.
You know what we need? We need some opium.
No. No, you don't.
I could already feel the stuff working on me. The first wave felt like a combination of mescaline mephedrine.
They're just experimenting with new things all the time.
Might have picked up a letter opener and gone after my pretty old man.
I just don't know how he functions in his career.
Bleeding warts. Yes. And then you notice about 6 huge cherry tips.
Jeez. This is so terrifying. I would not want this to be my state of mind constantly. But they like it. They like to live in fear and loathing. That's it. I figured out the movie.
Don't try and fight it. Get brain bubbles, strokes, aneurysms.
Oh,
You'll just wither up and die.
that's pretty scary.
And continue killing innocent people.
Allowed to laugh.
You know, I would love to hear from people who did a lot of drugs in the 70s. I'm really, really curious how accurate this movie's portrayal of 70s and drug taking is, and the experimentation and the, I guess, constant use of it. Was that a thing? I mean, of course, if you're comfortable with sharing.
What kind of rat psychotic would play that song right now at this moment?
Wow, what a mess. What a mess.
The general back alley ambience of the suite was so rough,
What happened?
so incredibly foul.
Well, the TVs don't work anymore.
There was evidence in this room of excessive consumption of almost every type of drug known to 1540
Yes. And now he's a lizard.
What kind of addict would need all these coconut husks and crushed honeydew rinds?
Mm.
And these crude pornographic photos smeared with mustard that had dried to a hard yellow crust. These were not the hoofprints of... Put your hands where you...
Far out.
Grim memories and bad flashbacks. Get a grip. Maintain. How many nights and weird mornings had this been going on?
I'm glad he got some sleep. Probably withdrawing right now. Ew, what the fuck? Ew. Oh!
I was sure of it.
Ew. Now he's just trying to pick up the pieces. What happened? He's got his memory to rely on, and it's not very reliable. What?
When I noticed her sneaking in, so I took her.
What made you do it? Who paid you off?
Nobody, I'm the maid.
Oh my god, the poor maid!
I know you're the cops, but I thought you were just there for that convention. I swear.
The cops?
I don't know anything about no dope.
Come on, baby.
How scary for her.
I hate dope.
So do we.
I think we should,
Right.
What's your name?
Alice. Just read linen service and ask for Alice.
I'll say they have a lot of charisma to come up with all of the lies that they do. Ew, like he looks so nasty. How can she believe it? Hopefully she doesn't.
Leave a pile of towels and soap outside the door exactly at midnight.
Ah, right.
Thank God for decent people.
Thank God for decent people.
Don't get me started. The owner always wanted to run away and join the circus.
This place is truly bizarre.
The American dream come true, man. Pure Horatio Alger.
Horatio Alger, there's that name again.
Let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the 8?
How much you got?
How much do you think you take for the 8?
Oh, good thing he records everything.
What's going on? Where's the ape man?
Where's the ape man? What a line.
Where are you? Look at
Jeez.
That we'd been heading for trouble. That we'd pushed our luck a bit too far.
Yeah, I can see that. So this is what happened to him? Ew. Gosh, Vegas does not look like a fun place in this movie. I mean, I can understand the way he is. Oh my god. My goodness.
The North Star Coffee Lounge seemed like a fairly safe haven from our storms.
Okay.
No hassles, no talk.
There he
Just a place
is.
to rest.
2 glasses of ice water with ice.
It says no smoking as well.
She was definitely in charge here.
Whoa.
What is this?
It's a napkin.
Don't give me that. I know what that means, you fat goddamn pimp.
That's the name of a horse I used to own, ma'am.
Backdoor
Question
beauty?
mark was emphasized.
Listen to me, you. I gotta take a lot of in this place, but I don't have to take it off no pimp.
He's really into backdoor stuff, I noticed. He's like, I can be scary too.
I'm gonna call the cops.
Wow. Dealt with that. Feel bad for her.
How much is that lemon meringue pie?
35 cents.
That's cheap. He's just doing what he wants now. Yum. Lemon meringue pie. Jeez. He can be pretty intimidating. Oh, his cigarette's like down for once.
The sight of the blade had triggered bad memories. She was still in the grip of paralysis when we left.
Yeah, wow. Poor girl.
We'd abused every rule that Vegas lived by. Abusing the tourists, terrifying the health.
Yeah.
The only chance, 15 minutes to get my attorney to the airport.
He keeps calling him his attorney. They seem like friends, very best friends. Oh no, it's the little girl and her paintings. They totally freaked out. Drive carefully, come back soon. Far out.
I've never missed a plane yet.
Whoa! Oh my god. Completely reckless. But this kind of behavior is probably giving him what drugs give him. Adrenaline and fear.
Hey, listen. Don't take any guff from these swine.
Finally.
If you have any, remember, you can always send a telegram to the right people.
Yeah, Tomato wrote a poem about that once. Probably good advice if you have for brains.
He made it. He gets away.
There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. Too weird to live and too rare to die.
That is a good way of explaining him, that's for sure. Look at the state of his car. Oh my gosh. So, mystery solved? This is such a disgusting room.
What Leary took down with him was the central illusion of a whole lifestyle that he helped create.
Of course. He's a journalist. He's writing it all.
Or at least some force is tending the light
Oh.
at the end of the tunnel.
It's a cool shot. Drive carefully, come back soon.
U.S. Interstate 15. Just a flat-out high-speed burn through vacant.
Oh my gosh. He looks insane. He's still quite eloquent even when high. When it comes to his thoughts though, you know, given we had his narration. You are now leaving fear and loathing. I'm not gonna lie, while I was watching this movie, I struggled to see the plot because it was exactly as the IMDb blurb explained. It was most definitely a series of psychedelic escapades because the story wasn't really going anywhere. They just kept going on these crazy, wild adventures. But I did know that there were some themes going on in the background. For example, the movie starts off with Vietnam, people protesting the war, the news. So we kind of are given that setting of somewhere between 1960 1979, around that period, perhaps. And then we are told it is 1971. So peak drug era, I suppose, of maybe not just America, maybe it happened in Australia too. But I most certainly wasn't around during that period. So I feel like there were definitely prerequisites, perhaps, before watching this movie, and that might have been like a general knowledge of the context of everybody's feelings, emotions around America as a country and how they felt towards their government, how they felt towards freedom, and the excessive drug use, of course, going on during that time. A lot of soldiers were coming back from the war too. A lot of people were traumatized. A lot of people were angry. And so there is a lot of context that I missed there, being a millennial Australian who didn't grow up or have people around me during that period to explain to me what it was like. I can only make deductions from popular media. So perhaps I might have enjoyed it more had I understood the context behind it. And perhaps I would have enjoyed this movie had I been stoned or taking LSD or something. But I have never taken that in my life, LSD. And I didn't think to be honest, because it was labeled a stoner comedy and, you know, I was thinking weed, that's it. But no, it was all sorts of things that I hadn't even heard before. I didn't even know they existed before this movie. I was Googling the drugs that they were talking about on my phone and wondering, how does this drug impact a person if they take it? I often kept forgetting that they actually were a journalist and a lawyer, respectively. I just kept thinking that they were lying to everybody, because they did lie to the maid. They had convinced her that they were cops. They know how to get themselves out of all sorts of tricky, weird situations. They've got high charisma, and they definitely know how to navigate the world quite well when they are stoned from all sorts of different kinds of drugs. Let's just put it that way. So they were well versed. However, I feel like it was a commentary of life back in 1971, particularly for Americans or the youth, but also kind of stood as an anti-drug movie at the same time, because their lives were literally so chaotic and problematic and dangerous. They were living in fear and loathing. Constant fear and loathing of their predicament. I'm glad Johnny Depp's character was able to finish writing at the very least. Like he was motivated to finish what he was writing, and I do feel like maybe the drugs were helping him in his creativity, perhaps. But yeah, there were definitely moments in the film where I thought, wow, this feels criminal. Everything that they're doing feels so criminal. It was hard for me to relate, but yeah, like I said, I feel like those extra layers of, you know, context, maybe like a second viewing would have helped. I don't think I'll be taking LSD to watch this movie, but maybe that's what is required. It was beautifully shot. It was very stylistic, and it was edited beautifully. It was very pretty. The movie was pretty despite the vomit, but it was shot beautifully. It was edited beautifully. It was very stylized. So perhaps that was the point, the beauty of the storytelling of this man's mind, because Duke was narrating pretty much the entire time. I felt like there was very little time to like process my own thoughts, because he was always in my head as well. It was very immersive in that way. But I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of the movie? Did you require a second watch? Did you like it the first time watching? How old were you when you first watched this film? Did you have all of the context? Did you watch it sober or high? I'd love to hear from you. If you want to watch this movie along with me, you just need a copy of the movie and a membership to my Patreon. As always, all of that information plus my social media and my 2 other channels are always going to be linked in the description bar and the pinned comments down below. If you enjoyed my reaction and my review, please share the love, share it around, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.